Hey, it's Natasha.
And Khalil.
And we are the co-hosts of
WokeNFree.
Thank you for tuning in to our 189th episode of WokeNFree. If you've been tuning in every week for WokeNFree Wednesday, you know that WokeNFree is all about being real and honest with each other and you. We talk about everything and anything important to us, you, the world, and nothing is off the table. This week, we are asking the following question. What is manufactured spending? Before we dive deep, a couple of things to go over. First, please make sure you've gone to WokeNFree.com to download this episode, listen to it. But of course, why do you need to download it? Because that's how you're able to join the conversation. If you download it through the Podbean app, then you can add in your comments. So if you happen to be aware of what manufactured spending is, if you are a fan of it, if you engage in it, totally share your narrative, totally share your thoughts, open to all globally. That's how we roll here at WokeNFree.com. Okay, so make sure you do that. Now, if you say you can't download the app for some reason, on whatever device you listen to podcasts on, then all that we ask is that you subscribe and follow to the show wherever you're catching this on. So we have a ton of support through Apple, right? iTunes. We have love on TuneIn. We get love on Stitcher, Google Play, obviously our YouTube channel, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, Spotify. We're newly on Pandora. So many different places to catch us at. So even if you can't download it directly through the Podbean app, make sure you subscribe and follow to any of those platforms I mentioned. Now, of course, if you go to WokeNFree.com, you are able to subscribe to the show via email, which is really great because you can easily listen to the new episode and you can forward that out to your friends and family. So you are not the only one who can be woken free in your world. Everybody can. So how fun is that? And then, of course, on social media, you'll always find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, Pinterest, LinkedIn at WokeNFree. And then if you have 90 seconds, we'd love for you to be grateful because that's a blessing. That means you're alive. And then, of course, review the show. And so if you go to WokeNFree.com, go in the listen tab, you can pick your platform of choice where you'd like to give us a review. You know, maybe 5 stars on iTunes. I think that sounds about reasonable. And with that, I'm going to kick it to you.
All right. I'll take it from here then. Before we start the conversation, we like to share a little bit about us. Last time we asked, would you rather go without your cell phone or your computer? This week we're asking, would you rather have a pet unicorn or have a pet dragon?
Big fan of Lord of the Rings. I'm always going to choose dragon here because I personally am not fully convinced that dragons never really existed. So if I could have one as a pet, I'm like all in on that one. How about you?
So I actually agree with you. Mm-hmm. And the only reason I do the pet dragon is for the power of flight. That's my issue. And the unicorn, I don't know what you can really do with the unicorn.
I mean, you can feed it.
Seems kind of pointless. You could have a horse too.
Yeah.
The unicorn doesn't have any special abilities that are like known to most people. So
well, in Harry Potter, they had some specific abilities, right? If you killed the unicorn, then it was like.
Well, I mean, really, but that's not like a common thing. Dragons, though, every dragon can fly, and they all could blow hot air.
Very true. So I definitely like that we are in agreement there. And with that, I think we can get right into the episode. Question of the day, obviously. What is manufactured spending? Break it down.
I like how this website, Doctor of Credit, breaks it down. They give an excellent summary to me. And what they say is manufactured spending is the process of purchasing cash equivalents with the rewards earning credit card where the rewards earned are greater than the fees incurred. It can be used for meeting minimum spending requirements or just racking up frequent flyer miles with your favorite airline or hotel partner.
So I think breaking that down a little bit more, what does that mean? Like getting a gift card and then doing something with that gift card?
So it's like if you have a credit card and you earn frequent flyer miles or you earn rewards on every purchase. What you could do is you could buy a gift card and then you could sell that gift card and use the proceeds to pay off the credit card. So it's like the credit card bill. Let's say you buy a $100 gift card and then you pay off that $100 gift card and maybe you sell it for $98, but your rewards was like 10%. So you get maybe like $15 back or something. So you earn $15 and technically you spent nothing.
Interesting.
From the credit card. So that's the manufactured spending idea. It's just the idea of gaining more rewards and it's paying off your credit card using not your own money, but the credit card's money.
Absolutely. So viatravelers.com. And guys, if you're new to WokeNFree, all of our links are available on the website at WokeNFree.com. So yeah, viatravelers.com also says that essentially by artificially spending by either purchasing virtual gift cards, products, tools, or services at the lowest cost possible, it is, you can think of this manufactured spending as like spending arbitrage is how they describe it. So they went into saying, if you could earn, say, 5% cash back spending money at a store, but it only costs you less than 1% to transact, you're inherently making money on that purchase, which is interesting. And there's all those different ways, because you can do it through gift cards, but you can also do it, like you said, through the frequent like a traveler's thing.
Yeah,
right?
traveler rewards. You can get like that. There's different things you can get.
Different ways to go about it.
You technically get it for free if you're able to sell whatever you purchase with the credit card.
Wow. And do you know how long this has been going around? Like, has this been around not our entire lives, right? Like,
at least since early 2000s.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, at least since then. I don't know how long, but it's kind of when, because I don't know if in the 90s many credit cards had rewards.
Had different rewards.
I think a credit card was just a credit card.
Gotcha.
And then like a little like late 90s, they started trying to incentivize people to do it. And now the incentives are pretty high. People, they started gaming the system basically.
Okay.
What are some of the issues with manufactured spending?
So Student Debt Relief is a website that shared some interesting things that I'd like to share here. So manufactured spending is more like a loophole in the system than anything illegal, according to the site. You can legally take part in it, but not without consequences. Some people who buy hundreds of gift cards and try to liquidate them all at once will eventually be put on watch by the police because it's similar to money laundering. Interesting. And then also the website goes on to say some people think of manufactured spending as stealing because you don't need to spend anything to get something in return. And this is why some credit card companies have redefined regular spending. They used to allow cash advances, but now people can no longer get points from cash advances. And then it goes on to say there are no currently any laws against manufactured spending. But again, you'd want to look in your regular, regulatory regulations and wherever you happen to live, because we don't, we have international listeners. So everyone kind of do your own research and speak with your attorneys, obviously, if you want to definitively know how it's handled in your geo. But that some credit card issuers may even have stipulations in their contracts that say you can't partake in it. So they could end up closing your account if you get caught. So it's definitely something that is not, I think, on the up and up all the way, because there are companies and even the police potentially might be kind of monitoring behavior that speaks to this. And so what are some risks that you had in mind that you wanted to share?
Well, I found some from this website, Lendedu. And what they said is manufactured spending can impact credit in a couple of different ways. First, people who fail to pay their credit card balances off once the purchase is liquidated end up with high credit card balances. And card holders should keep their credit utilization at 30% or below. Failure to do so could cause credit scores to actually dip. On top of that, a high credit card balance increases the chances of missing a payment, which would negatively impact credit score. Another big issue is that some companies shut down accounts due to manufactured spending, like you were saying.
Yep.
The company might suspect money laundering. Again, you said that.
Wow.
Or to simply want to stop the manufactured spending in its tracks. Additionally, length of credit history has an influence on credit score, so cardholders need to be mindful of their spending habits. If they move too quickly with manufactured spending, they are more likely to be shut down. That will leave a negative impact on their credit reports, especially if their oldest accounts get shut down. So I think this website, they looked at the issues of how it affects your credit score in particular. Like that's something to keep in mind since people like to have a high credit score for a number of reasons.
Oh gosh. I mean, if you're trying to buy a house or a car or any type of financial, it's important to have financial well-being in this society, wherever you live, really. And so it seems like this is definitely an activity that is not like as productive as it probably seems like it could be, because you're like, ooh, this is a new way for me to, get away. But it's like, you're not getting away scotch-free here. There's actually a cost here, and it might be a long-term cost, but it's definitely a cost to be aware of.
There's risk involved. It's not, correct. You're not just earning free money in an easy manner. There's a lot of things involved and hoops you got to jump through on this and issues that you got to think about. what should people be aware of when it comes to manufactured spending?
So student debt relief also talked about the fact that like bank accounts can close accounts when there are too many money orders deposited, because I think manufactured spending also
could use, there's many forms, so that's another form.
You could do it with the
buying
bank
money
stuff.
Orders. Yeah.
And then also like it's not going to work at all stores. So for instance, the website says that some Walmarts and some post offices don't accept debit cards as payment for money orders, despite there being no official policy posted anywhere. So again, it's not going to play out everywhere. You have to be mindful of how, if you are engaging in this, where it's going to work so that you don't get caught out there. And then also, what was another thing? That some debit cards won't allow you to buy money orders. So if you essentially are trying to use it, you might not be able to effectuate I don't want to call it a scheme, but the activity or the transaction.
You're not going to call it a scheme.
That you're trying to effectuate. So ultimately, guys, like I personally have never done something like this. I don't believe you have either. So my personal thoughts on this is, it doesn't necessarily seem in line with like what I would want to do with my financing, or how I want to, conduct my financial transactions. So I'm not a fan of it, but I think that ultimately you need to make a decision based on where you live and the laws and regulations of your geography. And, can you live? I think for us, it's about like making decisions that you can live with yourself at night with. And so for me, this is a hard pass, but what are some risks or things that you think also should be talked about here?
You are now listening to WokeNFree.
WokeNFree. WokeNFree.
WokeNFree.
WokeNFree.
A podcast about being real and honest.
I just think that the whole idea of this it's not really the way to go, like you're saying, because you're making money off the credit card companies, and you're technically eating into their profits, because now they're giving you these rewards, or they're giving you actually cash, and you didn't earn them any money actually. You didn't earn them much. Like I know they make some money off the transactions, but then, they're not actually getting as much as they would if you were actually spending for real. And then technically you can hurt the retailers too by doing that. If you're not actually purchasing stuff from them, you're just like, you're basically going back and forth with their gift cards or something. And there's no real benefit for the retailer of that. It's better if someone gets a gift card and then purchases a product, because then it's not like in rotation. So I think, engaging in this activity it's not good as a whole. Like if everybody did it, I don't think credit card companies would still operate. That's the thing.
It would be like a crash kind of situation.
Yeah, I think there could be a big issue. So, I don't think people should really engage in that. And that's why they will a lot of them will close your accounts, because they understand that this is like hurtful towards their business, because they lose more money giving you these rewards. Yeah. So, because the whole idea of this episode, I don't remember the exact story now, but it was someone earned like $250,000 over like almost a year period, and they went to court over this, because that's pretty crazy. And they didn't spend anything to get this. They spent it all using the credit card and just racked up these like reward points, and then cashed in the reward points for cash.
Oh, wow.
So, and that's, that kind of thing. It's the credit cards wouldn't be able to do it.
But when you say they didn't spend anything, just wanted to clarify that. So but didn't you have to like rack up a credit card debt to get those points?
Yeah. But remember, credit card debt, when I think of real spending, I think of if you have cash in your account, you spend that cash in your account. When you buy something on credit card and you don't pay it back with your money from another account, I don't think of that as you spent anything.
So how did that person, do you remember the story of like how they got the $250?
Yeah, it's easy. I mean, not easy. It's hard, but what the person did is they used the gift card, the avenue of it, and money orders, I think, too.
And money orders from the credit card, and then paid the debt off of that and got points.
So they bought, like, if you buy a money order, it's really easy. So if you buy a money order, use that money order to cash it, and then you send that cash and pay off the credit card bill that you used to buy the money order.
And then you got the points.
And you get points still from buying the money order.
Or cash back on that transaction, right? Points or cash
back.
Okay.
Or you could get cash back too. I think the person was using multiple forms. So they had cash back and points. And so just keep
Okay, so
doing
then
that.
they just kept doing it,
doing it,
and then got 200,
and then get up to that, and then just like actually
Wow.
take the money at the end of the day, and they
and then
didn't spend anything.
The parties involved with the giving the money order and the credit, they didn't really earn anything or get anything from these.
Not really. I mean, the money order
Yeah.
people, I think there's a cost to a money
little bit,
order,
like a small
so you get
fee,
something for the
nominal.
money order.
Okay.
But it was like the person earned a lot more with the cash back and
Yeah.
rewards than spent on money orders
Wow.
and gift cards. And the credit card company, yeah, they're kind of just left there. The only thing they get is the transaction fees.
Okay.
So to accept credit cards, the merchant has to pay a transaction fee. So they get that, but it's, it's a little
dicey,
tricky because,
yeah.
all right, we're getting that, but also we're paying you this amount in the rewards.
Interesting.
So was that
Okay.
worth it kind of
No,
thing?
yeah.
Out of all the transactions you did, was
No.
us paying you $250,000 worth it? So that's
Definitely
the question.
not. Definitely not. Yeah.
Because the rewards
Okay.
are just meant to entice you. They're not meant for you to actually make more than they make
Yeah,
on their
no,
on
that's
their
not the intention.
transaction fees and stuff.
I guess it'll be interesting to see then if there's a rise in this behavior, that if this does
There may be
become,
laws or something.
Yeah, more regulations that are put down upon this, which is sad because it's kind of like people are always get so mad about like, why are there all these new laws or regulations?
And
And,
then
it's because it's like, well, if people would stop
And so what the
doing
problem
that poorly, like,
because the problem with this is, and I've done this before, I've sold gift cards. So now what? A
Yeah.
credit card's going to say you can't sell gift cards because people sell it and then pay their balance off. Because
Oh, wow.
how can you regulate somebody selling a gift card and say, oh, you can't pay off your balance using that money you
because
earned?
people do that.
But
yeah.
instead, you could say, "Oh, you can't. You can't. Maybe you can't
wow.
even buy a credit card,
Yeah,
a
with
gift card with a credit
with a
card. They
wow.
may do stuff like that, and then it's like, oh,
maybe
that's
you have
not
to buy
right.
it with a debit card or something, not a credit
Yeah,
card.
they might
Yeah.
see, and I don't want them to. That's the problem. When people do
Yeah.
that, they start putting things in place that just makes it harder for other people. Because
Exactly.
people like the incentive, but we never thought of using the incentives as like a
I would
form
have
of
never thought
income.
of that. That's to me is wild.
But of course, there's people out there that say, "Wow, this is you can really earn a lot of money," and then they kind of ruin it for people that
Yeah.
we just like the incentives. We don't like to live off of the incentives.
Absolutely.
Here we go, yo. So what's the scenario? It's scenario time, guys. Scenario 1. Cristobal signed up for a program where he can buy products for free with his credit card and also get 3.5% back in rewards. He usually has to wait over a month before getting the refunds on the products he's purchased, but ends up with 1,000 or thousands of dollars in rewards, even though he didn't spend a dime. Should he continue with this routine to earn rewards, or should he worry that his account could be closed?
Oh, interesting. So the program is designed for him to buy products for free with the credit card, and then he also gets rewards on top of those purchases.
Yeah.
And then the question is, because he's earning that like thousands of dollars in rewards, is this something that he should be doing?
Should he continue? Because this is a thing where, so people sell products. This is a real thing too. This is not a fake. So people sell products. They want to show that they have lots of sales. So what they'll do is they'll sell something to people, and then after 35 days, they'll give you a refund. So you don't pay anything for it.
Oh,
so he's
yeah.
using that to his advantage, because then after the 35 days, he gets 3.5% back. So he spends, he spends like, I guess, tens of thousands of dollars to earn, thousands of dollars. And he's not, so he spends it up front and then pays off the bill, and then he'll get the money back.
I mean, this is essentially an essence of the show. So I guess
this is the manufactured spending.
It's going to be up to whether if he can withstand that decision. Like if he feels comfortable with that and there are no rules or regulations he's particularly breaking from the credit card company and of course and beyond, then I guess, I mean, to me.
Do you think it's a little shysty though? That
it is. It doesn't.
Now what
seem
happens
great.
is it's like, let's say I make a terrible product, but I'm giving it away basically for free just to make sales. Should people actually help me with that? With me producing this terrible product,
I would say
and
no.
show that I have a lot of sales volume. See,
Yeah, I would say
mean,
no.
when you think about it, it's like most
Not
people
so
would answer
great.
the same way, but then the problem is people said, "Hey, I can earn money off of this," and I don't care. I'm not buying that product. I'm just going to earn my money.
No, we have to look out for each other, and we are a world that needs to be more united in the decisions we make and how we view each other and how we support each other. And when you make a decision, it's not just how this is impacting you, but it's the greater impact on the world we live in. So, yeah, hard pass.
Yeah, I would agree. I don't think this is. I don't like the idea of it. It sounds like it's gonna. Maybe this benefits the few who do it, but I think you hurt a majority of the economy when you do that, because
Absolutely.
now these people that are selling products that are garbage get to sell it. And then people get it and wonder how this garbage had
It's on the market.
Yeah, it's on the market and people are raving about it. Yeah, you're raving about it because you got it for free, right?
Yeah.
So that it doesn't help. So you should not do this. And guess what? Your account could be closed too. And what happens is sometimes people's accounts get closed and they don't have access to any of those reward points or the money.
Good. Yeah.
So that has happened because they do it with another large company that does like transactions too.
Gotcha.
Scenario number 2. Arlene wants to earn the maximum in cash back rewards possible. She is deciding between sending money to herself using a popular payment service or buying cryptocurrency and immediately selling it. Which is the best way for her to earn her cash back?
Oh, wow. That's a complicated question for someone who doesn't necessarily spend time thinking about this concept. I would say probably the payment service, but I don't know.
You
now
think that's better? That's the
now
manufactured spending? They're both
cryptocurrency, though, like now you're able to buy things and like, so you advise me, what do you think is the best answer? Because I'm actually like stumped.
Okay, to me, this one's easy because, well, I mean, you can argue both ways, but I feel like that sending your money to yourself, I think that's kind of fake to me. Like that to me is a manufactured spending where you're not really doing anything, but buying the cryptocurrency and selling it, technically that's investing.
Okay.
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, what's the difference between that and then buying
stock or something?
No, buying the gift cards and selling. But the only thing is, so the only thing I'll say though, at least with the cryptocurrency, the price can go up, but a gift card's value can only go down.
Yeah.
It can stay the same or go down. So that's why I think that's still a little bit different. But at least cryptocurrency, technically it's an investment.
Okay.
Because it could go up, it could go down, it could stay the same.
Yeah.
That's an investment. Buying gift cards, not so much investment because they go down after time.
Absolutely.
They don't. Okay. I mean, I wouldn't think of it as but
it's
you
not
could
an
argue
appreciating asset. Then,
yeah, you can argue though because technically it is supposed to equate to cash. But I think in this case the cryptocurrency is the best way because I don't like that's going to be hard for somebody to argue like you're doing something that's illicit or it's kind of strange
because it's just a form of investment.
Yeah, so I think that would be the better way to do it.
To
be honest, like the other way of doing it, I think she can get banned on that platform. So don't do that. But the crypto, they can't ban you. And that's like if you can find a company that does that lets you purchase cryptocurrency on credit, then yeah, you might as well. That's nice. You get cash back and you earn money if the cryptocurrency goes up.
So
technically, that's not.
It's a win-win. You think?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what I think. Scenario 3. Seppi thinks she might start a fundraiser using one of the popular platforms and use her credit card to reach her goals. That way, she can get 2% cash back on the money she spends and then use the funds to pay off her credit card bill. Do you think this will earn her money at the end of it all?
Oh, okay. So it's like you want to start a fundraiser and then you want to make sure you get
you can reach the goal by you paying the goal
and
off.
then you get rewards based on you reaching your own goal and then paying off the credit card bill that you racked up for reaching your goal.
Yeah.
So that is shiesty.
Is that funny?
I hope well, you listen. Judgment-free zone, guys. Judgment-free.
It's hard, though, not to judge when you think about that, though. Is that funny?
Judgment-free.
This is a fundraiser all for me.
This is an open, woken, free platform.
No judgment there?
No judgment there, guys. What we say, maybe a recommendation here would be to actually really do a fundraiser and actually get other people to help you reach your goal, and by you being able to earn 2% cash back on other things that you are doing, not necessarily trying to pay yourself back, but like other purchases. So maybe you want a new coffee table and you buy that and you get your money back. I think the point here is that if you're going to spend money. Don't try to like beat the system and try to get paid back on your own money, and then it's circular crazy, I think.
Yeah, I mean, this one's really funny because you're basically it's like sending the money to yourself again. It's similar to that, but you're starting a fundraiser, you fund it all yourself, and then you pay off the credit card bill. So now you're left with just the rewards money and whatever the platform took,
and they're gonna get kicked off of multiple
to know that they may look and to say, oh man, you only had one funder and it was you
and then you've reached your goal, and yeah,
I mean,
I think you're gonna put yourself in some hot water, and so I'd avoid.
Yeah, I don't know if this one will work in the end.
And then if you say, well, maybe I do it under another account, like again, we're getting a little bit dicey here. So.
I think the credit card company may get mad at you, and the platform will be mad at you.
And it's just like, why? Like, there's so many other ways to try to like make money. Like, try to actually invest in something or spend money on things.
Try to add value to the world.
The economics platforms that we're a part of.
Add value, because if you think about this is a non-added value thing to be done. There's no value being added anywhere here. This is just you trying to take some value. This is you trying to earn off of nothing being exchanged. So
this was interesting, though. I think this is going to be interesting to monitor to see how this goes and
how it plays out, right?
Yeah, especially like in a pandemic. Like, are more people? I'm just curious. I'm kind of curious to see how when we watch this more, will more people try to do this? Because now people are like, well, I'm home and I have nothing to do.
That's that's where things like this have grown, as people have time to think, and then. Oh, man. Sometimes thinking leads to some crazy ideas. Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. But it looks like we are at that time again. It is coming to the end of our 189th episode of WokeNFree. Quite the episode discussing what is manufactured spending. Will we leave you hanging for what our next episode will be about? Drum roll, please. On our next episode, we are discussing, would you ever become a rapper? Make sure you follow us on social media to follow along in the conversation, and make sure you tune in next week for WokeNFree Wednesday to join the conversation at WokeNFree.com. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, as you guys know, we are expecting our little one this summer, so definitely if we are looking into guests, we are thinking the fall. And if you are interested in coming on the platform, the key thing you have to do, hit us up on WokeNFree.com, not in other platforms through messaging. Don't slide into the DMs. Directly go to WokeNFree.com, go onto our Contact Us page, and share your story with us there. When you do want to talk to us on social media, you can always find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, Pinterest, LinkedIn, at WokeNFree. And then, of course, we are always open to talking about collaborations or sponsorship opportunities. So same place, Contact Us page at WokeNFree.com. That is WokeNFree.com. If you didn't already subscribe, please do, share the episode, and make sure you come back to join the conversation every Wednesday for WokeNFree Wednesdays. Remember, WokeNFree is more than a podcast. It is a way of life. Until next time. And it's free, y'all.